And Revered Daaji has just joined us. Namaste, Master, and I will let Malvika to welcome Revered Master.
Namaste, Uma.
Namaste.
Welcome, Vanam.
Oh, how are you, Malika? Good to see
Feeling
you.
better now that you're here, Daaji.
Good.
It's a joy to see you again. Yesterday, Daaji has also hosted a Dil Se session with their publishing team and Heartfulness centers across the US. So hopefully he's missing us as much as we're missing you. But we had over we had over 2,500 individuals tune in yesterday. So online and offline, we're here for you, Daaji, in North America. Before we get started with today's session, would love to see if you have any words you'd like to start us off with.
Well, I'm very grateful to the administrative members of Kanha, of API, also ATA members, yes, and the administration. And so many of our Abhyasis, not only from Telugu land, but all over. This program especially is for the Telugu speaking public. So I start with some little Telugu that I have picked up. Andakini namaskaram. Well, this meeting is not about promoting a book, especially. I like to stay in touch with you all on a regular basis. Unfortunately, during this last session we had, and now it's almost 8 or 9 months, and I regret not seeing you all for one reason or the other. I would like to make this at least once a month Sunday session. I mean, it's Sunday early morning in United States. So we can have such sessions on a regular basis. And I was very impressed with the idea Umagaru was sharing with us about how we can give a gift to the next generation. If we give them power, the power of money, it is good. We think that we are protecting them with money. Yes. But power, like anything else, it's a double-edged sword. Either it can take you up or take you down. And let's hope that the power we give them, money we earn, money, education we give them, will prepare them for the future. But nothing like spirituality can be the best. Spirituality is the best gift that we can transfer, we can share. And what is spirituality? Before we can grant a gift of anything, I should be having it in myself. If I'm a beggar, can I give anything except my prayers? I have to possess something. I have to have that spiritual wealth before I can share it with anyone, and especially our own children. So, and how do I make myself increasingly more and more spiritual? What I am today, will I be able to remain the same tomorrow? No. Nature does not keep us static. Either you go up or you go down. Going up is always demanding some level of efforts. If we remain in comfort zone, that means you are not making any effort. Some level of discomfort, some level of, labor, I would say. Labor of love has to be put in, even in sadhana, even in bhakti, to start with. Afterward, it becomes effortless. See, for us, for example, it will take a lot of efforts to live a kingdom. If you are married to a prince, you will not be able to live your prince very easily, because you have everything there. But Meera was able to do that, just like that she left it. Not that I recommend her actions. No, not at all. I don't want all of you to become Meeras and leave your Ranas at home. That will be counterproductive. Because there are ways. The heartfulness way is one whereby we learn to lead a balanced life. Balanced life means leading a grahastha jivan, sacrificing whatever is needed, but without knowing that it's a sacrifice. Moment you become cognizant of the fact that, oh, I have sacrificed something for the sake of love, then it is no longer love. It is transaction, then say. It is something that brings you joy. Effortlessness always brings you joy. Though before I become effortless and automatic, some level of effort will always be required. So the demand, yoga demands daily practice until this practice becomes our second nature. In the beginning, we may meditate morning and evening, morning and evening, morning and evening. It goes on and on and on and on until my mind becomes meditative, whereby there is no need to meditate anymore again, because you are always in that state of mind. That frame of mind is always in a state of meditation. Meditation is no longer an action. It becomes a state. It becomes your being. It becomes your second nature. So that's what we are heading towards. What is the difference between religious people and spiritual people? Often people these days, they say out of fashion, oh, I'm no longer a believer of any religion. I don't belong to any religion. I believe in spirituality. That's what people say. My great master, Babuji, used to say that there is nothing wrong with religious belief. It's a foundation. Where religion teaches us something like that there is God. It helps us develop a belief state. We begin to believe. Religion adopts different means, that there are places where you can go and worship. Spirituality teaches one thing, that whatsoever you believe in can be experienced inside. God is everywhere, but I can experience the presence in myself. That's the biggest difference. You don't have to go out anywhere. You can sit at your home and meditate and experience that presence. That is spirituality. And time also comes where we transcend religion and enter into a zone or a dimension we call spirituality, where we experience things. And when we experience things now and then, is it going to be enough for us? No. Experience also has to be transcended. Let me explain to you what I mean by transcendence of this experience, or moving beyond spirituality. My master would call it as entering the field of reality. And what is this field of reality? What do you feel there? There, of course, the experience is always there, but something else develops in us. For example, if I come to Madhava Garu's house, who is in Detroit, and I enjoy his hospitality, rich hospitality for 3 months or a year, and I come back to India and tell all my friends and relatives, oh, Madhava Garu look after me so well. You know, his hospitality was extremely great and I experienced something amazing. Right? So that was an experience. But deepest level of my heart, I would say, oh, I wish I was also like Madhava Garu. I wish I was also rich, as rich, maybe more. So the divine experiences now and then are great. But to become divine, just as hospitality experience is great, but to become rich is different. Divine experiences are great. To become divine is another matter altogether. So many people, they talk about, oh, I went to Rishikesh, or I went to Haridwar, or I went to Tirupati, or I went here, I went there, and I felt this. But is it good enough? Just as we say, I believe in God, All religious people, they say, I believe in God. Nothing wrong with it. But what do you do next determines who you are. Having believed, what is your next step? And suppose you experience, what is your next step after that? You try to experience and then you become that experience. And then what next? So the whole journey is always transcendental. And a stage comes later in life where everything becomes beyond expression. You just cannot express anything after that. And if I say that I experience this may be true, but still there is some level of limitations because you're able to express it. Expression itself is full of limitations. Even simple things like when you have mango, and to describe the very experience of eating a mango, how can you tell a person who has never had a mango? Or even if you had a mango, let us say you had a Kesar mango, and to another person you are talking about Alfonso mango or some other mango. There are so much of variance in mangoes after mangoes. Even the same mango will not taste the same day. Next day it will be different. The spiritual experiences are even more refined and subtler than these physical ones. And it is almost impossible to express the state. I think in my last conversation with you all a few months back, I still do remember someone asked a question, how is the ultimate state? Can you describe it? I say it is something like raindrops falling in the ocean, becoming the ocean, and there are no raindrops left behind to say, I feel like this. And that's why our Vedas and Upanishads, they are so positive from the beginning. There is always positivity in their expressions. But in the end, they become absolutely negative in their expression. And how so? They say neti, neti, neti. That means the ultimate state is such that there is nothing existing in this universe with which you can compare the ultimate or your ultimate experience. Even to say ultimate experience will also be wrong, because there is infinity waiting ahead. So I can go on and on and on, but if you have any specific question, Malvika, I'll be happy to answer.
Daaji, we have ATA President Madhu Bommineni Garu on the panel. And
Namaskar.
also from API, we have Dr. Satish Kattula, who is the president-elect, and Dr. Jhansi Koduri, Dr. Vasundhara Palneni, and also Dr. Saraswati Kalvakota has joined. So we are trying to locate her. Sometimes
she is Narasimha Rao's granddaughter or
daughter. Yes.
Daughter. Oh,
yes,
okay. Okay. I was wondering today what this P and V stands for, but then we figured it out from Google. That was good.
So Madhu Garu will ask her question and introduce her board, because several board members are also here on panel today. Harilinga Garu, and so thank you, Master. Madhu Garu, go ahead and unmute.
Namaste, Daaji. Pranamam from the members of our Telugu community and on behalf of our American Telugu Association. We are very happy that you could join us today. And on this special spiritual platform, we have many members from across the country and many of our ATA members and also our board members that joined, especially some of the people that you already know. Sunny Reddy from Detroit and Hari Lingala also from Detroit, and our past president Bhuvanesh Bujala, and along with them several board members, our Kiran Pasham is our convener for the next conference. Anil Budreddy and Karna Karasireddy are the key members for the next conference. I'm so happy to share that our next conference is going to be held in Atlanta. And we're actually in Atlanta this time. Right now, just finished the board meeting. It's going to be June 7th to 9th, 2024. We missed you at our last conference.
I know. I regret for not being there. See, my health is always on a spin, up and down because of vertigo, you see. And plane journey in vertigo, they don't go together.
Yeah. No, we understand. But
Thank you.
we're happy to have to have your presence today here. And we're hoping that you will be able to make it to our next conference in Atlanta next June.
I'm always ready. As of now, I say I will come. We'll see at the last minute.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, many of us are visiting in December. We were there last time also, so we're planning to come and visit you in December, sometime in the second or third week of it. But thank you, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to have a session with you. And if you permit, I do have a couple of questions. I'm just going to take one. Let me see. Your enlightening book on spiritual anatomy offers deep insights into what a seeker might experience during their journey of the evolution of consciousness. Given the comprehensive guidance in the book, could you elaborate on the continued role and importance of having a guru or the trainers? Does reading the book alone enable one to receive transmission? Or is the presence of guru still essential for that process?
Gurus are always necessary. Remember Sandipani. Remember Vasishtha. They were gurus at whose feet fell Lord himself, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, whom we cherish, we revere them as avatars. Even being born as avatars, they needed some guidance of this world and the other world also. Something is needed. Once we are incarnated in this body, something takes over. Even if you are an avatara. Avatara means one who had no background of the past. It is from the source that they descend without any previous birth. They come with a purpose, they come with enough needed power to execute their work. Their goal is fulfilled, they return back to the source. Right? Even such personalities, they had their gurus. Even to learn simple things like mathematics, physics, chemistries, we are having teachers. Even to learn asanas and pranayam, we need yoga trainers. But you need someone even greater who can walk you through different levels of consciousness through meditation, and who can walk you through the dark inner consciousness that we all have and take us to the brighter area. Only Guru can do it. Guru, by definition, Gu and Ru means one who removes the darkness. Darkness of ignorance. There are slokas and sloka, tam soma jyotirgamay. What does it mean? One who takes me from darkness to jyoti, means to ujala, to light of knowledge. And this is not possible without the help of a guru. One who is like human, who understands our weaknesses, our strengths, our present day life. If you bring in the guru from, God knows, 200 BCs, he will not fit in this world today. He'll give up and say, I cannot change Uma, or I cannot change Madhava, I cannot change even Venkat, because he belongs to that century. You need a person who is living in the same time zone, time frame, who understands what is prevailing today, what is difficult today. If Mahavira has to born and leads the same lifestyle, and we read the same books of those days, that's why we are not able to progress from religion into experience, because we are stuck with religion. Books are something etched on a stone. It remains fixated. There is no flexibility there. Though there, at times, there are some statements which are eternal. They're like keys that unlocks the ignorance. But even to understand the key, you require a guru. For example, when we say Sat Chit Anand, right? It's written in our holy books, Sat Chit Anand. This is a Mahasloka. How can you understand it? Pandits can tell you the meaning of Sat, Chit, and Anand. But only a living guru can give us such an experience of Sat, Chit, Anand. Because the reading is informative. Guru can give you experience. And as we move from one chakra to another chakra, our consciousness keeps changing. Like when we are on the basic chakra, and then you move to heart chakra, and then you go beyond. This is the job done only by Guru can help us in this field. You try to move on your own, you will need lots of lives. And who knows, you might stumble and fall back again. If we have been there at the lofty state of spirituality in the beginning, and how we ended up being what we are today, full of ignorance and darkness. We have lost the touch with reality, and now we have to make our way back. And this way back is not about physical pilgrimage. It is always the inner travel, the spiritual growth. And spirituality is all about consciousness. And later on, we begin to also understand what supports this consciousness. So if we have to briefly mention, we have to first understand what is consciousness. You know, in those days, Lord Rama's times, that means Sita's times, that means her father's times. And when you read Janaka's dialogue with Astavakra, what we have read, with what we are reading today, it's a compilation of the dialogues between Astavakra and Raja Janaka. And the entire book is all about consciousness. When you read Vasishtha Sanhita, Lord Rama's Gurudeva, it's all about consciousness. When Rama, Lakshman, and Sita, they were roaming in forests, the dialogue between them was all about consciousness. And today, few slokas from that dialogues are available. We call it Lakshman Gita. So if you see a few thousand years back, our ancestors, our elders, the fashion, the research topic, the topic of debate and discussion was on consciousness. Today, the science is also trying to understand what is consciousness. They are struggling to even define what is consciousness. If you ask a scientist, can you define consciousness? It will become a very challenging effort for them. But through yogic practices, and especially Heartfulness way, we are able to go up and down. Up means in your superconsciousness, down means in your subconsciousness, through yogic practice. So you are able to expand and contract your consciousness as needed. And that is the beauty. That is the beauty of our system of heartfulness. And it is not just hearsay. It is all experientiable. I invite one and all, actually. You try this system for 3 months and let me know. 3 months of trial means morning meditation, evening cleaning process, nighttime prayer, the way it is prescribed for 3 months. And tell me if your life has not been transformed and become angelic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mother Garu.
Master, we're going to request our President-elect Satish Kattula Garu to ask the next question. And I would also like to inform you that our past president of API, Ravi Kolli Garu, is also on the panel.
Oh, acha, very nice. Namaskaram, Kolli Garu.
Namaskar, Daaji. Thank you so much for being here today. Greetings from API, and I'm accompanied by a lot of distinguished API members on this panel. And I have a couple of questions. The first question I have is, and before that, I want to congratulate you on this tremendous book. I've read some forewords from distinguished people, and it seems like a wonderful book, and I'm looking forward to read that. My first question, Daaji, is, the life is full of complex, as you all know, and does a deeper understanding of the chakras and spiritual anatomy combined with heartfulness meditation, does it help in resolving relationship conflicts across all areas of life? That's my first question. And the second one, I'm an oncologist and I treat cancer patients. And as you know well, the patients go through a lot of emotional distress, despair, and they don't know what's going to happen, and they're under a lot of stress. And how does this heartfulness meditation help them? So that's my second question. So I would appreciate your answers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. To me, meditation is all about developing a 360-degree viewpoint. When I close my eyes and meditate and try to understand not just divinity, but a personal situation in life. At that time, it works as a vaccination. You're a doctor, so you can understand the role of vaccination. Prevention is better than cure. If my mind can understand what is going to come because of my behavior, or what I'm going to speak next to my spouse, and if you really do care about your relationship, you will keep quiet about what you're going to speak, even though it may be truth, but you will worry about your relationship than expressing the truth. So sometimes we have to bite the truth for the sake of relationships. And this understanding comes very deeply in a meditative mind. Meditative mind can deflect the issues before they occur. A foolish person, even when they have committed some mistake, they are not willing to even agree that I made a mistake. A little wiser person than this fool, even during the argument, he'll say, okay, he's slightly wiser. So he will say, moment he understands that this argument is not leading me anywhere, he'll keep quiet or maybe withdraw from such an argumentation. But the wisest of the lot, who is very intuitive and meditative, will say, I will not be part of this argument, and thus can save a relationship. You see. Now, when you talk of oncology issues, how it can help patients, cancer patients, You must have heard this term in 16th or 15th century, nun's disease. What was that? You see, because, and why did they give this name, nun's disease? Because most of the people who had this tumor in the left breast were all nuns. Most of them, I would say 90% and more individuals were nuns with having left breast tumor. Now, I am not going to guess or hypothesize the reason behind development of the left breast side of tumor. There are many reasons. But one of them, to my understanding, is the emotional stress. Fighting with personal individual emotions, fighting with their individual need of sensual fulfillment, which they resist. And that turns into some sort of a disease. And alternate medical therapists also do agree that people with stress may be expressed, maybe not expressed. Any stressful situation, anything that can produce anger and you bottle it up, that energy is somehow manifesting in the form of tumor in any part of the body. So there are many techniques actually, which I don't think it can cure, but some level of healing can happen. In certain individuals, I have also seen the thorough cleaning which is offered in the Sahajmark system can actually remove the tumor growth or slows down the tumor growth. What one needs also at that moment, a tremendous level of comfort. Yes, whether you are combating cancer or you are normal, healthy being, death is inevitable. If not in 1 year, in 10 years. If not in 10 years, another 50 years. Death is inevitable. And when we understand that inavailability of death, I am able to prepare myself. And in fact, I was very impressed with Dr. Deepak Chopra when he came to Kanha, Shanti, Vanam few months back. So I was asking him, Deepak bhai, I call him Bade Bhaiya, aapka abhi kya research chal raha hai? He says, I am done with my research. I am done with writing books. I am done with preaching people. Now, I am 75 years old. I am now heading toward Vanaprasthashram. I am preparing my next journey in life, death. I am preparing myself for death. Beautiful thing. How many of us have prepared for death? None of us. In fact, patients, cancer patients, terminal patients, hospice patients, we do sympathize. But if we can give this understanding from the heart, that it is inevitable. Now let's prepare ourselves. But, some people might misunderstand and say, you are so cruel. You're teaching me to prepare myself for death instead of healing me. What kind of a doctor are you? But this understanding should come even when we are healthy. Then, you'll be able to deflect all the problem. Death comes, all right, when are you coming? I'm waiting for you, see. That sort of courage will enter in our being. And that's when I remember my Babuji Maharaj's statement that lead your life in such a way that you're going to die at the very next moment. And when you are prepared like this, what can worry you? Nothing at all. We always be prepared. But as I was saying, that when a person is about to die and needs comfort, there are methods available. Our volunteers can help. You can try half a dozen patients of yours. We can give them polarity sessions. And these polarity sessions are so magical, actually. Even you will not be able to believe as an oncologist that what has happened to this patient. They become full of light. They become full of humor. In just 2 or 3 sessions, you will be able to see this transformation only through polarity. They don't even have to meditate. Try this out and see. Let us release a research paper on this, that how polarity treatment, which is all about energy adjustment or refinement of energy or fine-tuning of energy in human system, can bring a new chapter, new lesson in life. Even normal people, when they undergo polarity, they feel they have gone back by 50, 20 years. You feel so much of bubbling energy in you, so much of joy in you, having undergone this polarity treatment. So I highly recommend this. And along with this allopathic medicine that we give to patients under oncology treatment, I would highly recommend taking mustard seeds, 1 teaspoonful of mustard seeds, crush it, mix it with morum or what we call buttermilk, add little salt to taste, take it twice a day, and see the impact of it. Those who are non-vegetarian, they can also take crab soup every other day and see the impact of it. So there are a few guidelines we have for trying out. One is to calm your mind. Second is how to combat with herbs like mustard seeds, and also for non-vegetarian crab soup. So thank you, doctor, for this question.
Thank you, Daaji. So certainly there are more areas to explore. So I would love to talk to your team personally, to try that polarity and all that, to do a small study with the help of other friends. So
where are you stationed, doctor?
I'm in Dayton, Ohio, where
Oh.
these days.
Uma Garu is there. No one better than her. I think you are in right hands.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Daaji. Thanks for your time. Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Master, Dr. Saraswati Kalvakota Garu is online. Would you like to take a question, or what do you suggest for us?
I'm all yours. You tell me what to do.
Okay, if Saraswati Garu, if you can unmute and talk to Revered Daaji, if you are able to. If not, I will go to the next person. She was having some technical issues as we get aged. We all have difficulties, so she's. Okay, I will next go to Dr. Vasundara Appalneni. She is a gastroenterologist. She has joined us. Vasu, if you can unmute and ask if you have any questions to Daaji.
Namaste, Daaji Garu. Thank you.
Namaste, Vasundara.
Thank you, Uma Garu, for having me. I'm a gastroenterologist here in Ohio. More than a profession or a title, I am blessed and love the life that we all have. I'm pleased to see all of there are many physicians here, looks like, and several leaders from different organizations. I was trying to see how we could leverage the power of all of these leaders in promoting the 5 C's that I read from the Heartfulness, promoting compassion, mostly by having the power for all of us to listen, to understand more than listening to respond. I'm hoping as leaders, if we are able to promote more of that to the lives that we get in touch with, there's more of this compassion that we can germinate in other people. what kind of suggestions could you give it to us to promote that?
Well, you see, I belong to, not belong to, but I was born in Gujarat. And naturally, I learned a lot of slangs of Gujarat, the way you have some Telugu slangs which cannot be translated. Like that, we have some in Gujarati. When we say, Kuwama naave to Hawad naave, that means if there is no water in the well, how are you going to water your animals? So you understand from this that if you yourself don't have compassion in heart, how are you going to shower it on others? How can I become more compassionate? How can I become more kind? And by the way, this idea of compassion, idea of love, idea of being non-violent, idea of being authentic, you know where this came from? It came from the very first sloka of Ashtavakra. Raja Janaka asks, how can I win over the attachment? Means how do I develop detachment? How can I have the higher knowledge? And how can I be liberated? In the very first question, he put the whole life's problems in one question, see. And sage Ashtavakra very nicely puts it, that treat all these Vishayas or Vasanas as Visham, desires as poisons, and embrace these 5 qualities, he says. And those 5 qualities were Kshama, is to forgive, let go of things. Then came Daya, is compassion. The very first quality or second quality, he demands that you must have Daya. Authenticity, that is Arjava. Santosham, and Satya. He put Satya as the last requirement. And there is a deeper understanding also behind all these things, that this Daya, Arjava, Kshama, Santosha, Satyam. With compassionate heart, you will not take away things from someone. You will become austere. You will not try to steal away someone's spouse. That is brahmacharya also. Once you are compassionate, you will not try to rob someone. You will mask perhaps, but you will not rob anyone because you are compassionate. Compassion, according to this great sage, it's greater than non-violence. Non-violence preached by Mahatma Gandhi is much lower in requirement. How? Because in non-violence, what is the requisite? You don't have to hurt others. That's all. It's a very limited viewpoint. But this compassion is not only you are non-violent, but you are extending your help to others. When your heart is kind and you understand the problem of your patients, right? You understand the problem of a beggar. You understand the problem of a needy. Before even they speak, you can feel it in your heart and you extend your help. That is compassion. Compassion is nothing but love in action. Love itself, trapped, has no meaning. It must be translated into action through compassion. How to create it? I wish I had the magic wand. But as we meditate more and more, we learn from our falls. Often we falter in our life, even despite of meditation. We make mistakes. But your repetition of mistakes will be reduced day by day, and you will become later on all kind mistake free. And then you'll be adding up more and more of good qualities in life. And that begins with compassion. Moment you close your eyes and focus towards your inner self, in that quietude or in that quietude, in that silence, you feel everything, not only about yourself, but about others also. That's the first step. So beginning the meditation is like opening up your heart to many treasures of qualities. They are waiting to be manifested outward. Otherwise, what is the point of worshipping gods and goddesses? Unfortunately, religious people, as I was mentioning earlier, they want to give gifts to gods. They take out the rings, they take out the watches, they take out and throw it on Tirupati temple. They take out so much of money, they throw it. What would they do with either rupees or dollars that you throw in the temple? Lord Venkatesha, does he need it? But in return, what are you asking? You are asking multifold return. You think he's such a fool? One who doesn't even need your money. But the trustees, the pujaris, they enjoy it, they thrive their life on it. And this is the problem with religions, you see. Ignorance, greedy people, they go there. On one side, we say he's antaryamin, meaning he's inside me. And on the other side, we contradict ourselves and keep searching for him outside. Make up your mind, whether he's in or out. So thank you, Dr. Vasundhara Garu. So please come to Kanha. Don't come for 2 hours like ATA members and TANA members come to invite me. They come like a flying visit. They say 10 o'clock sharp will be there. At 12 o'clock sharp will be leaving for Trident Hotel in Hyderabad. Please don't waste your time and my time if you come here for 2 hours.
Sure, thank you. We will definitely make a trip. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Master, would you like to conclude or we?
I think we meditate now.
Okay, Master.
I wish you conduct session. I will also sit here in my room and
Yes, Master.
meditate, because I have people here who are tired of listening, that's all.
Yeah.
So I have to let them go. Okay.
Thank you very much, Master, for today, and we are very, very grateful.
Yeah, so let's decide for next month. So when are we meeting next month?
You
First
tell us,
Sunday
Master.
of next month?
Yes, Master.
Okay. First
And,
Sunday of October.
Yes.
All right, Madhu Garu. Chalo, milte hain. And where are you? Where are you based, Madhu?
I'm in North Carolina, Raleigh,
you're in
North Carolina.
Raleigh. Okay. Then you must be knowing this doctor, what's his name? Vinod Vallabh?
I heard of him, but I haven't.
He's also a gastroenterologist.
Okay. Yeah.
Now in retired. Okay, anyway, he's my mama. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look him up. I will look him up. Yeah.
Okay.
But definitely we will try this December. Not a short visit. We'll stay.
It come until I say that's all.
Yeah. Definitely we're going to try. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaste. Yeah.
Namaste. Thank you.
Yeah.